You are strong, you are brave, you'll send your opponents to their grave. Spare them if they beg and pray, execute them if they stand in your way. Man, even when I say it, it sounds cheesy. Oh, whatever. Hey, Austin.
Hey. Do we have the security system rebuilt?
It's gonna take a bit to get rebuilt. Oh, great. You got another review to do.
Oh, come on, another one?
Come on, dude, you gotta do it. It's your job.
Fine. What episode is it?
You're reviewing Reflekta.
Well, I'm not gonna have much to say about that episode anyways.
Do you want me to ship you with Cat Noir?
Yeah. About that, I fully embraced the ship.
Wait. What?
Yeah. I may have been embarrassed by it back then, but now I don't even care. I mean, it's not as embarrassing as being shipped with Dora the Explorer at the Nickelodeon Suites Resort.
What the fuck?
This is gonna be a quick one!
And yes, I know I'm reusing the clip from Darkblade, but I don't care.
Hello everybody and welcome back to my Miraculous Marathon. I mean, what is there for me to say about this episode? I mean, really, what is there for me to say? Because I honestly can't find the right words to properly describe it. I mean, Reflekta. It's a thing. End of review. Cue credits. I was kidding! I mean, guys, I really wanted to do another full-length review of an episode of Miraculous Ladybug, but God, this is one of the hardest kinds of episodes for me to talk about. It's another Darkblade, okay? It's another boring slog of an episode that gives me nothing to work with. And doesn't really leave me much plot to talk about. And I'm not even kidding when I say that. In fact, I'm going to summarize the first half of this episode. It's class picture day at Francois Dupont and everything seems normal, but then we find out that Julika Cofain, voiced by Erin Fitzgerald, has a curse where whenever someone takes a photo of her, something goes horribly wrong and you can't see her face. Her friend, or rather girlfriend, Rose Lavillian, also voiced by Erin Fitzgerald, reassures her that nothing will go wrong. Shortened to the point, something goes wrong. Julika gets locked in the bathroom by Sabrina so Chloe can be next to Adrian, making her upset, and leaving Hawkmoth a great opportunity to turn her into Reflekta. You see how easy that was for me to summarize? I mean, Lady Wi-Fi took a longer time for me to get to the akumatized victim. Same with Darkblade. And while we're on Reflekta, good lord, she looks awful. The best way I could describe her is she looks like Harley Quinn if she was mixed with Cinderella and Princess Bubblegum in Candyland. And her powers are just as pathetic. All she does is turn people into her. Not freeze them or hypnotize them or change them entirely, no. It's just a body change. I think I might borrow Reflekta's words just to describe the issue I have with this.
No need to panic. Who doesn't love an extreme makeover?
Yeah, what's wrong with this exactly? I mean, I won't blame them for not wanting to look like Reflekta given her abysmal design, but how exactly is this considered evil? I mean, give Bubbler some credit, at least he put people in danger! But the villain's not the only problem that I have with this episode. After Julika gets akumatized, the entire story just becomes non-existent. Seriously, all it is try to find Reflekta and take her Akuma. Yeah, other episodes do that, like they follow that formula, but this is probably the most bare bones example. And there's nothing of any worth that happens. Yeah, Chloe gets some well-deserved payback, but it doesn't really leave much of an impact. What do I mean exactly? Just watch.
Gross. What in the... Do you realize how much my outfit cost?
I mean, with other episodes where Chloe gets hurt, her reactions kind of make it satisfying.
My hair! There is nothing worse in this world than a bad hair day!
But in here, coupled with the inappropriate background music, it just leaves the feeling of, who cares? And that's the last thing I want from a Miraculous Ladybug episode. The feeling that the writers didn't care, because I know they do. At least I hope. There really isn't much else for me to comment on. I mean, there's the return of Marinette's terrible phone stealing habit.
My daughter is not a thief!
And Cat Noir does get his body changed, which leads to a pretty funny gag involving his hatred for high heels.
And with those shoes on, too. By the way, those things should be illegal.
But again, nothing in this episode gives me a reason to do a full-length review on it. If there's one thing I can give this episode credit for, it's that at least Juleka is a sympathetic character. I mean, awful villain form aside, yeah, Juleka's a pretty decent character, and I genuinely felt sorry for her when Sabrina locked her out. And the ending scene where they have a photo shoot for Juleka to break the curse is a pretty sweet way to end the episode. But outside of those positives, this is one of the most barren episodes that I've ever seen from this series. I mean, it's not outright awful, it's just there. And as I said in my Dark Blade review, I expected better than this. Dare I say this is even worse than Dark Blade? I mean, give Dark Blade some credit, at the very least it had more of an interesting plot, there was some tension, there was something to enjoy, and it had more passion put into it. This episode just feels like pure filler, which is ironic given that there's barely anything filling up this episode. Not even the action scenes impressed me. Dare I say these might be the worst in season 1. They felt too slow and lacked any sort of impact. The only one that I kind of enjoy is the camera flash scene, which is actually pretty cool. Still, it isn't enough for me to recommend this episode to anyone unless you're extremely curious or you at least want to finish the season. Again, I apologize to the people who wanted me to dig deep into this, and I'm sorry to the people who worked on this episode, but it just didn't give me much to work with. I really hate doing episode reviews like this because, well, it just feels like a huge cop-out in the end, and you guys deserve to see better than this. Like, much better. I really want to entertain, I want to inform, analyze, like, share my opinions. And I just hope that this is the last time I ever have to do an episode review like this, because I don't know how many of these kinds of reviews I can keep on doing. So yeah, Reflekta may not be that good of an episode in my opinion, but I will say this. It is not the worst episode of Season 1. I'll gladly take this over the confused mess that was Roger Cop, the teasing, nonsensical, inconsistent migraine that was Lady Wi-Fi, and especially the next episode. No, I'm doing that one after. So, next time on the Miraculous Marathon, we're going to be having a look at what I consider to be the low point of Season 1. Until then, this is ASLB, and I've got nothing else to say other than have a great life, stay miraculous, smile for the camera, and see ya. I'm not leaving from the seat because I'm going to be filming the Pixelated review after this, so, yeah. Cue the credits. And I've got nothing funny for a post-credit stinger, so here's a photo of Cat Noir kissing Ladybug's hand as Reflekta. What?